Okay, hi guys, welcome to class. Thank you for coming on a Friday when it's the end of the week and it's also the day that we test our English. So let's look back at what we did the last few lessons. So we know that we've been at the start of the chapter, we've been talking about people. If you remember, we've been introducing ourselves, we've been introducing other people, being able to give information about ourselves and other people that we're with. So let's look at the grammar. We know that we looked at the verb to be, very important verb. If there's two verbs in English that are really important, it's the verb to be and the verb to have. So the first one, the verb to be, we use it when we need to talk about ourselves. When we talk about ourselves, like we give our name, we give our job, we say where we live, how old we are, where we are from, how we are feeling, and also describing ourselves, what we look like. So that's the verb to be. We then also looked at talking about family. We know a lot of family vocab. So we'll be looking back at that and also possessive adjective. So when I have an object and I want to say who the object belongs to, I now can say, this is my book, this is her book, this is his book. We also know that we looked at numbers and percentages. We looked at meeting people using expressions. What's a casual way when we meet people, making sure that it's not too formal for the situation and it's a casual language. What are expressions that are very common in Australia? So we looked at that as well, which can be used. They're quite common as well in the USA and other parts of the English speaking world. But we looked at what was more common in Australia. We again looked at writing about ourselves. And yeah, that's what we did. So let's get into the grammar part of the class. So I wanted to show you some notes. And the notes that I have here are exactly what I just mentioned. So the present simple. When we talk about the present simple, we're talking about now, the moment in time now. So not what happened yesterday or last night, or not what's going to happen in the future, but really something now that is true in this moment. So I have a subject. Subject is the person I'm talking about. Is it me? Is it I, you, he, she, it, we, they? Or you can say the name of the person. It could be Maria, or it could be a non-person object like Japan, or my book, whatever. It's the subject. So we use the verb to be, but it depends on the subject, which one we need to pick. How do we change this verb to the subject? Well, remember, this is just in the present. Am, is, are. So you should know it's I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, and they are. I know that's very basic. So when we decide who is the subject, we then know how to change the verb to be in the present, and we know how to then add, is it the name? Like I am Laila. Is it an age? I am 38 years old. Is it location? I am in Australia. Is it an adjective? I am tall, whatever. I am dark skinned, whatever. Or fair skinned. Is it about my job or my profession? I am a teacher. I am an English teacher. Is it my nationality? I am Australian. Is it the weather that I'm going to be talking about? So the weather would be like saying, it is warm, it is cold, it is freezing outside. Is it a continuous verb? So I know we haven't done this in this unit. This is just, I'm trying to put all the rules to show you exactly how we use this. The continuous verb is like saying, I am studying today. I am working today. I am teaching you to speak English. I am speaking to my mother. That's the continuous verb. Or is it an emotive verb? An emotive verb is a feeling action. It's like saying, I'm excited. I'm so exhausted. I'm tired. I'm devastated. Something happened really bad. I'm happy. So that's an emotive verb. So all the sentences that I just said are what we call statements or affirmative. It just means it's a true fact, information that I'm just saying at the moment. It's true at least to what I believe. So if I say I am whatever, it's true because it's different to a negative. A negative is when we just add not. So we need to add not here to make the sentence a negative. And it's like saying, I'm not Maria. She is Maria. I am not Maria. So pretty simple. This is how we make a negative. We just add not. We still have the subject. We still change the verb to be. So is it am, is are, and we're not, and then the same information. I'm not Maria. I'm not 20 years old. I am not from Brazil. Okay, so this first part is a statement or affirmative. We have a negative, and then we also looked at asking questions. So you've got two ways to do that. First, you can start with the verb to be. So again, it depends on the subject. Is it am, is, are? Subject, and then the same information. So when I write ... that means all of this. So for example, are you from Brazil? Are you Maria? Are you 20 years old? Are you tall? Are you a lawyer? Are you Brazilian? Are you married? Sorry, I forgot to mention this one. The marital status means if you are single, if you're in a relationship, if you are married, if you are divorced, if you are widowed. That means you've lost your... You never use the auxiliary verb with? So the auxiliary verb is not changing the verb. It's just like the verb as it is, love, speak. So if I want to say in a question, so are you, it would be with a continuous verb. That's the only kind of, I wouldn't use an auxiliary. You could actually, sorry, are you awake? Yeah, it's with these two verbs. So it's not called the auxiliary verb, but it's called the emotive verb. So the ones like, are you happy? Are you asleep? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? So the do or does is in a question, but that's a present simple question. But we here are using the verb to be to ask a question. But yes, you use the auxiliary with the question of a present simple do. Do you want some food? Do you need something? So yes, auxiliary with a do or does question, but not with the am, is, are, because with the am, is, are, it's either continuous. Are you working tomorrow? Are you studying tomorrow? Or an emotive verb. As I said, they're different to just your normal verbs, like to study, to sing, to dance, to whatever. These are more, they have a feeling connected to them. Like, are you tired? Are you happy? Are you excited because of something, whatever? Yeah, does that help? Or, so we can make a question with the verb to be. We start with am, is, are, and then we put the subject and then whatever information we want to know. Or we can use the 6 W's. What, why, when, where, who, and which. Then we need to put to be. So again, am, is, are, depends on the subject. So for example, what is he studying? Why are you upset? That's using an emotive verb. Where are you going? So they're mostly with the continuous and the emotive. But who are you? Could be about your name. I'm asking someone, who are you? It's the same as saying, what is your name? But I just want to use this structure. Who are you? If it's age, what is your age? Now, you would have noticed that sometimes the subject, I said your instead of you. Now, why? How did I know to say your? It's because it was asking a question that had a noun, not a verb. Do you remember when we looked at the possessives? So as I was saying, sometimes you would have heard me say your here, like, why, what is your name? So I'm still using the verb to be, what is, because is, and then your. The reason why it was your is because we're using a possessive adjective, because the word that came after the subject was a noun. What was your name? Name is a noun. It's not an action. So I'll only say you if, for example, what are you doing? Because I used a verb. What are you doing? So I must use a subject, which is I, you, he, she, it, we, they, or a possessive adjective, my, your, his, her, its, our, and their, because I'm asking about a noun. Like, what is your name? Why is your phone switched off? So I say your, because I'm asking about a phone. It's a noun. Where are your books? Books is a noun, so I have to use your. I have to use the possessive adjective. We only use a subject with a verb, and we only use a possessive adjective, that's them there, with a noun. Okay, so that was how we use the verb to be. So we use the verb to be. We can make positive sentences. We can make negative sentences. We can make questions. And just be careful when I do make a question, the subject may actually be a possessive adjective. So just put PA, possessive adjective. Okay, so any questions with using the verb to be? We understand it's one of the most important verbs in English. It's just giving details, information about ourselves so we can talk about ourselves or other people. Okay. We also know that we can have this thing where we can contract or connect a subject to the verb to be. So instead of you are, it can be your. Instead of I am, could be I'm. So I could say I am Maria or I'm Maria. Okay, that's just a contraction, and it's quite common we do that. Okay, so let's get into practicing using our verb to be. We've got some exercises. We have right here. We're making questions. So in the first one, your name, and then it's got here the apostrophe S, what? So what question can I make from that?
What's your name?
What's your name? So it's just a question. It's using the verb to be. to ask about someone's name. And we're using a possessive adjective because we've got a noun. So what's your name? Perfect. I'm asking someone, what is your name? What's your name? Number 2, it looks like it starts with the verb to be because I can see are. Are you from England? Yep. So question, we start with the verb to be, we have a subject and whatever information. Are you Maria? Are you from England? Are you in Adelaide? Are you tall? Are you a doctor? Okay. Number 3, it looks like it's a question with one of the W's. I can see the W first. So where are you from? It's the same as saying, where do you come from? Like, where are you originally from? What is your background? Where are you from? Number 4, what's your background? Yeah. Well, it's like saying like, because background means like the background, right? Background, what's behind you? Background, yeah. But it's also a way to say like, it's like saying, where are your parents from? Because, for example, I'm born in Australia, but my background is Lebanese. So it's like saying, where are your parents and your grandparents from? So what is your background? You never heard this one? Yeah, this question, what is your background? So Franco would say, Argentinian, I'm Argentinian. So usually people will ask you this when you're in a country like Australia. Yeah, what's your nationality? And the reason they'll ask you it is because they can tell that you're not Australian. So they're asking like, where are you from? Not location, like where do you live, but where are your parents from? Where were you born? What is your background? But not necessarily where were you born, because like I said, I was born in Australia, but my background, so it really means where were your parents from, is from a different country. Number 4, are you single or married? So we can ask people if they're single, if they're married, if they're divorced, if they're engaged. Are you engaged? Are you in a relationship? Are you with someone? You can make it a casual way of asking someone. Are you with someone? Are you seeing someone? Is another way to ask if someone is in a relationship. Are you seeing someone? Yes. Yep. So again, that's using the present continuous. Are you seeing someone? Yep. Or if you know the name of someone, you can say, are you with Mario? Like, are you with him? That means like, are you together romantically in a relationship? Any other ways that you've heard or you want to ask? Because this has a lot of different ways that we can ask the same question. Number 5, we're asking about someone's job. Are you a teacher? Are you a lawyer? Are you a doctor? Now, nouns that have an ER will usually be a job. If they're like you could tell that's the job. Like, are you a teacher? Are you an astronomer? Are you a bookkeeper? Are you a librarian? Are you an office worker? Are you a cleaner? Are you a construction worker? Yeah. So we can ask people about their jobs. Okay, we have a conversation here. We have to complete it with these words. We've got apostrophe S, isn't, are, or aren't. So A will be Eloise and B will be Edward.
What's his name? What's his name?
Yeah, exactly. So we got to be careful when we pronounce nouns that have an S. So his name's Philippe. So remember, this is a contraction. It's his name is Philippe. So we must push that S so that people can hear that it's a contraction, that we connected two words together. We connected the noun name, and we connected the verb is. What's his name? His name's Philippe or Felipe. Yep.
What's her name? Are they from Mexico?
No,
There. Yes. So again, a subject, they, and the verb to be using are. So they are, but because it's written this way, we say there. And you got to make it longer. They're from Brazil.
What's Felipe's job?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just separated that word so you can read it correctly. Yeah, he's a conservationist. Remember, that was a person that worked, I think, in nature or something.
Is Camila an explorer?
No.
Yes. Okay, good. You would remember that earlier in the chapter we looked at these two couples. They were married, husband and wife. And yeah, they were explorers. They were from Africa. So before I get into a conversation, we're going to write a conversation with them. We're going to pick which one is the right answer. So I'm just going to jump to question 4. So what's your name? Now remember, I knew to use your because the next word is a noun, not a verb. So we're using the possessive adjective. Possessive adjective with a noun, not a subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, they, with a verb. This has a noun. So it must be your, not you. So what's your name? Number 2. His aunt is French. So again, I know that I'm using a noun. And remember, we looked at family. An auntie is the same as saying an aunt. So his aunt, not he, because I'm not using a subject and verb. So his aunt is French. So take note of the verb to be. We're asking people's names. We can ask about family members, jobs, location. Number 3, they are my cousins. So just a subject and the verb to be, they are my cousins. Or you can connect it there. For the photographer's wife is my best friend. So we have the noun photographer, which is a job, and it's just contracting his. That's not is, that's his wife. So when I need to talk about someone else, I use the possessive adjective to talk about something that is theirs. So the photographer's wife, that's his best friend. Best friend is a noun. Number 5. Her mother is from Germany, but she is from Switzerland. So again, we push that is, but she is from Switzerland. So again, when we speak in English, we don't just read it with one voice. we kind of push certain words. And it's like the most important part of the sentence. So, oh, her mom is from Germany, but you see how my voice really pushed to show you that I want to talk about her. So I don't just say her mom is from Germany, but she is from Switzerland. Do you hear how my voice just sounded the same? So I need to change my voice and lift it up a little bit when I change the subject so that I could show you that that's the important part that I'm talking about. So yeah, her mom is from Germany, but she is from Switzerland. Like, wow, she's from Switzerland. Did you know that? Like so like I'm showing you where I want the attention to my sentence, to what I said. Okay, so we have been looking at using the verb to be and the possessive adjective. Let's go and have a look at a conversation between Beverly and her husband. So these were some examples from before. We might come back and do some examples. I'll just see, but we'll just look at the examples. And if we have time, I'll get you to write your own. So this is this is by Andres too. And this is what he wrote. So it's a conversation between this woman and this man. But we're not just making up a story. We know who they are because we saw them earlier in our chapter. So A can be Franco and B can be Po. This one. Yes, this is an example. Yeah. My love. Yeah.
Your what? Very, I mean, from their name. So, and are they yours also? Oh,
Also, yeah.
no, they
Yeah, we have a negative. No, they aren't. Remember the pronunciation? No, they aren't. Or you could separate it. No, they are not. Lawyers. Good. So this was a good conversation showing you how we use the verb to be in a normal conversation, asking about people's jobs, their location, their nationality, their jobs. So yeah, so that was good. Lots of good questions in there, as well as a negative. Remember, a negative means no, that's not true. No, they aren't. No, I'm not. So good conversation. Let's have a look at another one. This is by Gustavo. We'll go back to Eloise, A, and I'm gonna do Fo, B. Again.
4 days. Oh, she was much younger than him.
What are they supposed to do?
They are traveling around the world for work.
For work.
For work.
And what do they do for leisure?
My sister is an explorer, and her hobby is on the
Pension.
pension.
Where are they now?
No, they are in South Africa.
Where?
Great.
Yeah, but I miss my sister a lot.
Good. So this was a conversation. It did have the verb to be, but it had questions. So you can see the questions with the W, where are. Remember, are is from the verb to be. where are they now? Asking about location. What are they up to? So again, using one of the W's and the verb to be to ask what someone is doing at the moment. What are they up to? Hubby. Is that what you asked? Yeah. Yeah. So again, you only use it, with friends. Like I would say it to my female friend, how's your hubby? Or how's your husband? It's the same.
Teacher, I
Yeah.
think so. Is the hotel?
No. Pension
Pension?
means when someone has stopped working because they're too old to continue working. Maybe you're thinking hotel. What are you thinking? Yeah.
We call from auto pension.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, we don't do that here. Yeah, that's interesting. Pension. So you'd say, oh, I'm booking a pension for the weekend. I'm going to stay in a pension. Does that work?
One-star hotel?
Ah, yes. Okay. We call it probably like a motel.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know. You say pension. Interesting. A very different word. No, this is a noun. It means when, a person, because they're old now, they can no longer work. Okay, good. Let's do one more. We have by Juanita. She wrote this one. So we'll go with Franco and Edward. W can be Franco, H Edward. Yeah. Hi, my honey. So again, these are common words of love that we give to another person. Hi, my love. Hi, honey. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, darling. It's the same. It's like saying my love or hi, love, or hi, darling, or hi, my darling. Saying my is just a little bit more like, oh, hi, my love, like a bit more like my, but it's the same. Hi, honey. Sanctuary. So that means a place where they help all the elephants. So they take care of all the elephants.
Wow.
Yeah, caregivers. So people that take care of the animals, they're experts, they're professional people that take care of animals. So don't worry. Unforgettable. It means I won't forget it. It's just amazing, unforgettable. To help. Yeah.
I would like to fill out the other one too. I promise to give you next time.
Yeah, so this one was a bit different. Oh, and then one more, that would be amazing. So this conversation that Juanita did was a little bit different. She did have questions. Where are you? So again, using the verb to be. She made it more like the husband, I think, was away. But yeah, and I saw a mistake somewhere before. Yeah. So she has, I'm with expert caregivers. So she's talking about I am, the verb I am. She's got a good question here. Are you safe? So again, the verb to be, but are you safe? We know that we use are you also with verbs that, like I said, they have a feeling. Like, are you sad? Are you happy? Are you tired? But are you safe? Because it's a caring action. feeling. It's an incredible and unforgettable experience. So she's using the subject it to talk about an object which is not alive. Like, oh, it's a great day. That's with the verb to be. It's an amazing hotel. It's an amazing job. It's an amazing, incredible, whatever. Okay, and she has I'm, another one here. I'm very happy. So again, using the subject I am, and happy is an emotive. Okay, so let's get to the next part of our questions. We have to match. So we looked at family vocab. So surname, a surname would be Stevenson, yeah. Relationship, brother. Yeah, a brother is a type of relationship. A relationship is like, how are you related in the family? Is it your mother, your father, your daughter, your stepson? So what's the relationship in the family? It's a brother. Age, 28. That's an age. Job, teacher, that's a job. Country, China. Okay, so we know this is just a little bit of an extra. I put it into a sentence. So if I want to talk about someone else, I could say his surname is Stevenson. He is 28 years old. He has a brother and he is a teacher in China. So I can give some details, some information about someone else. So we know that for one of our writings early in our lessons, we wrote about our family members. So you can look back at that. Okay, next part, we looked at percentages and numbers. So 90% of families, that means out of 100, 90% of families, we use these everyday actions, have, speak, work. But let's see. So 90% of families, something, a computer in their house, have 80% of the population speak English. A lot of people live in apartments, not houses. Question, how many people work in agriculture? Okay, so really simple, present, simple actions that we have right there. Let's find the opposite words. If someone is single, the opposite would be, like you are, married. Now, you can also be engaged. That means just before you get married. So some people, they get engaged. Maybe they're engaged for about a year and then they get married. Or you could say in a relationship. Or partner. I have a partner. Or, yes, partner. So they're all the same ways to talk about if you're with someone. The opposite of single. Or you could just say, I'm with someone. Remember, I'm seeing someone. I'm dating someone. Or I'm getting to know someone. That's another way. Okay, brother. What's the opposite of brother? Sister. That's pretty simple. Uncle. Auntie or aunt. They're both the same. Doesn't matter. And niece was the girl. Niece is when your brother or sister has a child. So if that's a girl, she's a girl, what would be the boy of your brother and sister? Nephew. And if I said hello, goodbye. Very simple, opposite words. Okay, so now we used to play this game. This was good. I'm going to write 3 sentences. 2 of them are true and 1 of them is false. Can you guess which one is false? So if I said, I love swimming, this is for me. I have chickens and I don't eat beef. Which one of those sentences is false? I have chickens. That's true. So the one that's false is this one. I don't eat beef. I do eat beef. I love beef so much. So you're going to write 3 sentences about yourself, and one of them is going to be false. We have to guess which one is false. Okay, so make it something just using the present simple, like I love, I have, I traveled. You can make it a past one, like I traveled to Paris, whatever. Give us some information, 3 sentences about yourself, and we're going to pick which one is false. Okay, I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, let's hear your 3 sentences. So who would like to go first? Who would like to share their 3 sentences? And you remember, as I said, one of them is false. Who would like to go first? Franco, let's hear your 3 sentences. One of them is false. I have a twin.
I don't like fast food.
Okay, I don't like fast food.
I like
I like asado. I like asado. I think you definitely like asado because you're Argentinian and that's your national dish, and who doesn't like it? But maybe he's a vegetarian. Ah, no way. Exactly. That would be a shame to be Argentinian and be, I know you have a twin, so it must be the second one.
I don't like fast food.
There you go. So that was the false one. He does like fast food. Okay, Eloise, let's hear your 3 sentences.
I like him.
I like swimming.
I have children.
I have children.
I don't speak in Spanish.
I don't speak Spanish. Which one do we reckon? The children?
No. Oh, you have a children?
Yes, I think children, because I never heard Diego talk children here. Not yet.
No,
Yes.
this no.
No, you don't have children.
No, I have children.
Yes, yes. So good. That was your false one. So you speak Spanish then. Perfect. Did you say, what was your sentence?
Correct. I have children.
Sorry, yes.
Yes.
Yes. And then you said, I don't speak Spanish.
Yes.
Oh, which is true. Yes, yes. Yes. También, poquito. Is that good in Spanish? Is that good Spanish? También, poquito. Un poquito. There you go. Okay, 4. Let's hear your sentences. 2 are true and 1 is false. I love playing football. I love to eat seafood. Okay, I love to eat seafood. I love to play football, and I don't like eating chicken.
I don't like children.
I think the seafood. Chicken? Which one is it?
See. I don't like chicken. Yes. Do you like chicken? No.
So he doesn't like chicken. Okay, good. Okay, I thought it was the seafood. Okay, last one, Edward. So give us 3 sentences. 2 of them are true, 1 is false.
First, I love food.
I love to eat. If he didn't, I think he would die. False.
No. I like travel.
I like traveling.
Traveling.
Yeah.
I don't like pizza.
I don't like pizza.
Pizza? Oh.
You don't like pizza?
Oh, I like food, so I don't like pizza.
Yeah, if you like to eat, you don't like pizza.
You like this? Like pizza, and I love food.
So you don't like traveling?
See. I don't like pizza.
Yeah, you don't like pizza.
No, I love food. It's wrong. I love food.
I love.
No.
He's traveling.
No, this is wrong. I don't like pizza.
Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, good. So that was using that. Now we've got a few more minutes. Let's have a look at this conversation. I'll just do it really quickly because we don't have time. So we have someone saying, hi, my name's Rosa. Okay, the verb to be, my name's Rosa. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Rosa. I'm Arnold, and this is my wife, Sonia. So when we introduce other people, we say, and this is. Hello, Rosa. Where are you from? So again, that means what is your background? Which country do you come from? I'm from Italy, but I live in France. Are you and Arnold in England? Arnold is, but I'm not. So we have a negative, but I'm not. I'm from Scotland. Okay, good. We've just finished. Let's really quickly, 2 more minutes. We're going to practice talking about, because we know how to introduce ourselves and talk about ourselves, but now let's practice talking about other people. So, Eloise, could you tell me information about Franco? Anything that you know about him? I know you're new here 1 week, but what do you remember? What can you tell us about Franco?
His
Anything?
body.
His body? Anything.
Okay.
Where his age, his location, his job, using the verb to
30.
be. He's 30 years old. 30.
From Argentina.
He's from Argentina.
He's from-
Yeah.
Eyes.
His
Blue.
eyes are blue.
Eyes are blue.
Good. That's using an adjective to talk about what someone looks like. His eyes are blue.
Yes. And he is up blonde.
And he has blonde hair. Now, we haven't done that yet using the verb to have, but you could just say, and he is blonde. And he is blonde. Or he has blonde hair, or he is blonde. The same as saying, and she's dark. Or she has dark hair. Or she has curly hair. Or she has straight hair. Good. Okay, Edward, can you give me some information about Fo? Using the verb to be. So remember, age, location, job. Yes, he is Vietnamese. Good. Talking about nationality. He is Vietnamese. Yeah. Yeah. He has black hair. Yep. His hobbies. What are your hobbies? We know he likes playing football. He likes playing football. Yeah. What else? He likes listening to music. Yeah. Good. You remember that. I remember. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. So that's good because we wrote about it as well. I'm glad you guys remember a lot of information. Okay. So that's all we had time for. Now, next lesson, this is where it gets interesting because we're going to be looking at the verb to have. And when we use, so we did the verb to be in this lesson, we're going to be looking at the verb to have. Now, to have, we use it when we talk about things like I have a car, I have an iPhone, I have class later today, I have work, I have 6 brothers, I have traveled. So we use it to talk about things that are ours, as well as with an action. Because if you heard me, I just said, I have been, and I have been, and also I have worked for how long. So we use it in the present perfect, and also the have been. So that's what we're going to do next lesson, looking at the verb to have. So that's it for today. We know that we have a test. And yes, so have a little bit of a break. And when we come back, we'll test ourselves and yeah, and then do next lesson. Okay.